I guess, you know, I'll take a page out of Paleo's and some other people's playbook, because I do things unscripted and uncut and, on the fly. But I want to kind of talk about, and I've talked about it before, but I guess it's not, I guess it's worth repeating because, as everybody knows by now, over the weekend, or at least 24 hours or something ago, it was reported that the Netherlands, through the online, or not the online, but the on-demand video service through the cable site, had released, officially for them, the rest of the final half of the season. In other words, along with Australia and China kind of getting ahead of the curb, the Netherlands decided to kind of beat them to it and put every episode out there that has yet to be released, even though the episodes are in Dutch and you need a translation to understand them. Thankfully, we do have some people that took the time out to do some English subtitles and get an idea of what the characters are saying. Um, but I'll be honest. When when I first, and I've told this story before, but when I first got into the franchise, I wasn't too thrilled about the franchise. I wasn't too like, oh, I'm going to be a fan. I point to a video I did back in 2012 said I'm not a Brony, and I basically came out and said, look, I respect what's going on, I respect what they're doing, but I'm not a fan. I'm not going to be a Brony. I'll respect, I'll give it respect, I'll give it its credit, but I'm not going to be a fan. I'm not going to be a Brony of any of that. That wasn't, to me, that wasn't my calling to be a fan of it, because there was still a part of me that looked at the show as being primarily for little kids, little girls, and that was it. I wasn't too. I was thinking honestly at that time that the Brony fandom, whatever, was going to fade away. Just like, oh, it's just something that's going on now, and then probably within the next year or so, poof, it'll be gone. Boy, was I wrong, because I didn't think it was going to last as long as it has, so I would become a part of it. But I noticed that throughout a lot of my videos, if you type in MLP on my channel search, you will see a lot of videos that go back several years. And for some reason, even though, again, I wasn't like, die hard or basically a true Brony or anything, or a true fan at the time, I was slowly getting invested in it. It's like a part of me was slowly starting to, like I've mentioned before in other videos, started to slowly get invested in interest, invested, intrigued into what the show was presenting. And a lot of people kept talking about it. And as I've said before, I saw the celebrity outlets and all that. And as I mentioned, I think I mentioned recently in the video I did before this, it was my co-workers that I currently work with that when I saw one of them with a Pinkie Pie sticker on her name badge, and then the other on several occasions, probably more so than anybody, wearing the Brony Rainbow Dash t-shirt, I was like, maybe there is something to this. And it just started to grow. It just started to pull me in. And I started to buy the figures, started to be like, okay, I'll give it a chance. Maybe I'll buy something here and there just to maybe see it'll get my interest or garner my interest and stuff. And it did more than that. It did more than that, because it was through several documentaries that I read about and saw that I realized, hey, I'm not the only guy in my age, maybe with a few younger and older, that are into this. In fact, I remember reading or watching the Bronies documentary. I think it was the one with Andrea Lindgren in there, or Ashley Ball, one of them. And they were talking about some of the Bronies we know about, and one of them was Dusty Cat, who's known as the manliest Brony around. And it's like, okay, here's a guy that's a motorcycle enthusiast, but yet he's a fan of this show, and that was kind of a surprise. And then they got then they've had some physicians, doctors, therapists come in and say, kind of give their positive outlet as to why the show, has such an effect on fans. And it was just through all that. And then I saw what SaberSpark and AC RaceBest did for a documentary. And then, of course, I saw the Bronies, the unexpected adult fan base of My Little Pony, come out and, do their documentary, which I do have the Blu-rays of. The sequel, the 2-disc and the sequel, if you will. And it was through a lot of that and hearing what people had to say, and slowly but surely my interest started to really grow, and it just one day it just exploded to the point that I was like, yeah, maybe this is a good show to watch. Maybe I am becoming a fan. And it was a domino effect. It's like, bam, one thing after led to another, then another, then another. And then, of course, I have, what I have in my room now, and that's a huge example, I'll put it this way, it is a huge example of how much someone could change their tone when it comes to something that they wouldn't think at first they'd be invested in. And that's what happened with me. I became invested in it to the point that when the movie came out, like I said before, and I even did a video on it, a journey video, I went on opening day officially, which was Friday, October 6th. Yeah, that's what it was, Friday, October 6th. And I took a bus to Turlock, to the Regal Cinemas there, and went and saw the movie. And I enjoyed it. So, it really, to me, it's kind of like, it's kind of amazing to see how far I've come as a fan, because I really didn't start collecting merchandise on it until I was probably around, I would say, the 4th, 5th season. It was just like little tidbits here and there. I would get Luna, I'd get Rarity, I'd get this and that, and it just, like I said, it just exploded to the point that you look around my room now and it's, mostly all ponies at times. I mean, I do have other stuff around here, there's no doubt, but it's mostly at times ponies, and it's like, who would have thought? And it got to the point, and basically, as I've mentioned before, it got to the point that I came on a Facebook, and I came on YouTube separately as well, and I admitted that I'm a Brony. Now I've become a Brony. I've done a complete 180, if you will. So it was completely, like I said, it was a complete surprise, and it was a complete surprise even to myself that, a show like this, and I mentioned this in the audio video, could have the natural effect that it did. Could have the natural effect that it did. Could naturally, organically win somebody over like it won me. And I listened to what a lot of people like Paleo and Silver Quill and Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, and all these people I've watched, like Lightning Bliss and Dr. Wolf and all of them, and Golden Fox, and they've all had similar stories to where it's like they wouldn't think they'd become a fan of something like this, but all of a sudden here they are. And I think what won me over is I saw exactly what a lot of people were saying. This is a show that, when you look at all the shows out there today and in the past, streaming or on television, there are some good shows, but not really. Not a lot of things that families or yourself can sit back and enjoy. And that's what I was able to do. I mean, I'll be honest, 7 years ago, if I'd known I was going to do live streams of the 200th episode or the Best Gift Ever Christmas special, holiday special, I wouldn't have believed me either. But yet, here I am. Anyway, yeah, yeah, it's just kind of surprising that, you know, for a show that's going to be wrapping up real soon, the effect it's had on a lot of people. I mean, you would think. I mean, there's a lot of people, even the same, in the same boat like I am, that are like, you know, they never thought they'd become a fan of this show, and yet here they are. Some of them do some great reviews, and they add story elements sometimes to their own characters because of it. So, I'm grateful for a show to do that, because not a lot of shows, animated or live action, have that kind of effect. They really don't. And am I going to be sad that it's going to be gone? Well, I'll be sad there won't be any new episodes unless we get a holiday one, you know, as predicted, which probably is the Equestria Girls one. But am I going to be sad that it's gone afterwards? Well, new episodes, yeah. But from what I understand, it's not going to be gone entirely, because Discovery Family is going to continue it. They're going to continue showing G1 in reruns, and it's going to basically become like those. I hate to say that, I don't like using this comparison, but it's going to be like their SpongeBob and their Teen Titans Go, but more enjoyable. I mean, not saying that SpongeBob with the right kind of artists, animators, and writers can't be enjoyable, and the same could be said for Teen Titans Go, but out of the three, this will probably be the most watched of the kind of shows that will get the most airtime on its primary home network. So yeah, I cannot wait for that moment to come, because, you know, for someone like me, it's going to give me a chance, even though I have the DVD sets, to go back and watch the episodes as if they're new to me, because they will be. And, you know, it'll be interesting for a lot of fans that are just getting into the series in recent seasons. It'll be great for them to go back and watch them as well. Even if they have Netflix, they can do it through that, or they can just do it naturally on Discovery Family and catch up with the series, even on demand. So yeah, it's going to be a great time still. I think honestly, because here's my thing about when I look at this. There's a lot of franchises that when they get rerun, that just suddenly get another boom period. They suddenly just get another chance of exposure, and by getting that exposure, they create a whole new generation of fans. And because of that, you know, the company behind them takes a chance on that property again to be like, okay, let's see what can happen if we go animated again, or for another time. And to me, that's what's going to happen with Friendship is Magic. It's going to follow that direction. That even though we know Gen 5 setting our way, the new generation of fans that are going to be watching the earlier seasons, they're going to help progress it even faster than we can expect. So honestly though, that's, yeah, you know, just, you know, looking at the fact that when it comes to countries like the Netherrealms, where the series is wrapped up now, and Australia's not that far behind, and then China, then us, and other parts of the world, to come on and do this video and talk about my experience as a fan, and as Paleo did, and just the impact it had on me, I'm never going to forget it. And as far as, you know, what's going to happen with my collections and all that, I'm not taking them down. I'm not going to take these things down whatsoever. Because here's the thing, I have collage posters of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book issues, when they did a reboot between issues 53 and 56, I believe. I still have that up, and I still have the final issues of that arc that began with those very issues I just talked about in a collage poster form as well. And like I said, I have not yet taken them down, because I'm still a fan and I still enjoy them. Heck, I have posters sizes of comic book covers of the Archie Sonic of issues that have gotten published and issues that have yet to get that never got published. Like I can see right now, there's one with let me see if I can even see it here. Hold on for a sec. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's a cover for 292 that never got published. It was an issue that never got published because they lost the license or they dropped the license. But it's still up there, and I'm not taking it down. You know, same with my Transformers the movie poster. Same with, you know, the Avenger poster, if you will. You know, just a lot of things. And I'm not going to take them down whatsoever. And same goes for ponies in my collection. You know, I might, down the line, have to get a new storage auto so I can store my Blu-rays maybe, and then make more room for my figures down the line if that happens, but we'll just have to wait and see what occurs. But, yeah, I'm thankful for this series and the impact it's had on me, and I know a lot of people are thankful for the impact it's had on them. So, that's all I'm going to really say, guys. I just thought I'd just come out here and credit to Paleo for giving me the inspiration to do this and the other video today. So, check his video out on his thoughts on MLP, and really, that's all I can say, guys. So, till next time, God bless, take care. And just a little bit of a warning, if you do watch the final episode, even though you can't understand it but you can read the subtitles, that last song that they will have will hit you, believe me. And when it comes in English, it'll hit you even more. So, but that's all I'm going to say, guys. So till next time, God bless, take care, I'm out.